everyone, and welcome to Peak Time episode 4 recap review video. A friendly reminder, make sure to check out my Peak Time after show where we rewatch all of these amazing performances and there's additional commentary. It's super fun. And yeah, so with all that being said, let's get on with this episode. So in episode 4, we continue with the round 1 performances. So if you guys are unfamiliar with the rules of round 1, you guys could check out my video on episode 3 where I do talk all about the rules and whatnot. All right, so the theme for the next performances is emotional. So teams 15 and 7 o'clock competed. This is Kyuhyun's specialty. I was expecting emotion and I got nothing. Team 15 o'clock, they performed 2:30 by Highlight, aka Beast, aka Gikwang's group. I thought their vocals were really solid even while doing the choreography and stuff. I thought the clock choreography in the beginning was really cool. However, I only saw like 2 members have facial expressions in the performance. I mean, the song requires emotion and I was not seeing any of that in the faces of most of the members. I mean, they're singing and it's just staring blankly into the distance. Like, just show emotion, like get into the song and then lure the viewers or the judges or whoever is watching you into the performance with you. I mean, I was disappointed with this one. However, Gikwang, he said, I think you did a good job with that. You harmonized too, which we didn't do. I liked parts like that too. And overall, he enjoyed it. So, I mean, that's good. So next up, team 7 o'clock, they performed GOT7's You Are. So this song is a very bright, fresh, freeing song. So I thought it was interesting that they picked that song for the emotional theme. But anyway, I mean, it's still a great song. This performance, comparing it to 15, this one felt a bit more emotional. I mean, while I was watching the performance, I did feel the emotions a little bit. I mean, definitely more than 15, because 15 I felt nothing. I mean, their vocals were steady. I thought the choreography was good. Judge Jhun did mention that they rushed through some parts, like it felt rushed. And watching the performance for the second time, I did notice that. Tiffany said, I think your trust in each other made the stage feel full. The song is very high-pitched, but you two made it sound so beautiful, so I was really absorbed from the beginning. And I agree with that. Overall, their performance was still good. I mean, I loved their vocals. I love the song. I mean, they still did a great job. Jhun said, I had high expectations because I liked your last performance. Since this is an emotional stage, I wanted to get into it with you, but I wasn't able to get in sync. And it's funny that he says that because I felt the exact same way with team 15 o'clock. That's literally what I felt with the other team, not with this one. So he continued on and he said, but I'm looking forward to more. Today isn't the end. I'd like to see you push yourselves more. Again, within Peak Time, I like that the judges, they give critique, but then they give encouragement. I mean, my pick, if I had to pick between, 7 or 15, my pick is team 7 o'clock, but the winner for this round was team 15. Jhun said, the only reason why you were picked is because of team 7 o'clock. You guys had to follow the theme of emotional. You tried to satisfy the theme, but you tried to dance and other stuff too. You tried to do too many things. Team 15 was too ambitious. To me, you guys are the same. And he also mentioned that team 15 was too stiff, which I agree. Both teams, they did not satisfy the emotional part of the theme. Like, even with team 15, I felt no emotion. I didn't see any emotion from them. Again, except like maybe 1 or 2 members, but yeah, it was a pretty rough round. All right, so the next theme is Synchronized Dancing, aka one of my other favorite themes. I absolutely love Synchronized Dancing. So the teams competing for this theme is 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock. So team 5, they performed Hit by 17. Something that bothered me and something that will continue to bother me while I watch Peak Time is the camera. The camera kept zooming in, zooming out, zooming in, zooming out. And I couldn't tell if they were in sync or not. From what I saw, I really enjoyed the performance. But watching it the second time over in the after show, I was able to see just how in sync they were. Kyuhyun said, I really couldn't help but say they're synchronized. That was amazing. And Ryan Jhun said, I was so happy that you showed us more than I expected. I'm so happy to see that you have a lot of potential to grow more. If this atmosphere continues on, I would highly anticipate you as a group. Next up is Team 9 O'Clock, and they performed the song On by BTS. That is one of my favorite songs. That song is very powerful. The choreography is legendary. So prior to them performing this, I was nervous for them because this is a really strong song and I love it so much. But anyway, I was so mad while watching this performance for the first time. Can you guess why? The camera. It kept zooming in, zooming out, zooming in, zooming out. I could not see what they were doing. My overall thoughts after watching it the first time, I thought it was okay. I couldn't really come up with any thoughts. However, watching it the second time, I definitely saw that they were not in sync at all. There was a moment that it was just, they were really, one of the members was off in one of the moments, and then they just weren't really in sync, and there was a lot of little details that they missed, and not missed, but that they didn't do well. And overall, the performance was, I mean, it wasn't bad. It definitely wasn't good. And it needed to be polished. But on the bright side, this performance was a lot better than their performance for Beatbox. So that's a good thing. J Park said, if you practice for 12 hours while making a mistake, you end up practicing your mistakes. That is so true, which that makes me wonder if they had a teacher or something with them while they practiced. Like, I know that they were taught the choreography, but were they just by themselves practicing the choreography for 3 weeks without like any teacher or guidance to point out their mistakes and whatnot? That's the part that I'm kind of questioning. I don't remember if they showed it in the episode when they were practicing and whatnot. I think they did. But yeah, what J Park said is so true. And then Sungkyu said he understands that singing and dancing like that isn't easy. And then he also said, I'm grateful for your impressive performance. So again, you get the critique and then you get the encouragement. So I love that. Originally, I could not choose which team I enjoyed their performance more because of the camera. Like, it kept zooming in, zooming out. But after watching it in the after show, definitely Team 5 O'Clock. I would totally pick them. And that is what the judges picked. So yeah. The next theme is girl group. This was definitely the highlight of the episode for me. So basically they got two of the manliest groups. Is that the right term? Anyway, they got two of the strongest groups, manliest groups, to compete in the girl group theme. So the two groups competing was Team 8 O'Clock and Team 2 O'Clock. So good. So Team 8 O'Clock, aka TKP, they performed Bang by After School. So I made sure to check out the original before I watched their performance, and I gotta say, they changed up the song to fit them. It suited them so well. This was such a fun performance. Absolutely fun from start to finish. They were in sync. All right. They had passion. They had energy. Stage presence galore. It was such a treat to watch. And all the other contestants and the judges, they were enjoying the song too. So fun fact, some of the members did the choreography for the end of the song, that last bit of their performance. It was so good. It flowed so perfectly. Mino said, that was amazing. You changed it so much. The energy was... And he was at a loss for words, and rightfully so. It truly was amazing. And he also said other teams could learn something from them. It was really so cool. Yes. 100% yes. I mean, Team 8 O'Clock is so solid, and not only in this performance, but in other performances that we're going to see later on. These guys are so good at what they do, and it definitely shows in their performances. Sungkyu said, I thought it was almost a perfect performance. I was really in awe. Yes, sir, it nearly was perfect. And Shim Jaewon said, I thought it was a very smart performance, Choreography structure is really important in order to maintain the energy level throughout. Some members were allowed to rest before their parts and how they joined in later. That is also very true. There was moments when the members are doing a choreography in the middle and then there's other members in the side kind of resting so they could come back and do crazy choreography again and whatnot. It is just so fun, their performance, you all. Check it out. Next up is Team 2 O'Clock, aka the Let's Go team. I'm gonna keep calling them Let's Go, even though I feel like I know I feel like one of you guys mentioned their name to me, but I'm still gonna call them the Let's Go team because I just love their energy. So this is the team that has probably the most energy on and off stage. They're so fun to watch. I love them. They performed Girls' Generation, The Boys. Oh, I was so excited to see how they were gonna change up the song to fit them. So they did change up the lyrics, and the changes that they did in the lyrics was so iconic. Twos bring the noise out. It was so fun, you all. Check out this performance as well. They were also in sync, their vocals, their rap, everything about it. The choreography was so good. Again, as a viewer, it's just incredible with these two teams, what they did. I'm really happy that Team 8 O'Clock and Team 2 O'Clock did compete against each other because to me, their skill levels are like equal. So not only did they change the song lyrically, but I think musically as well, it really suited them. Tiffany said, "It was totally new and unimaginable arrangement and choreography. I enjoyed it so much." Fun fact, Shim Jaewon actually worked on the original choreography for Girls' Generation. So he said, "While watching the performance, there was a part that gave me goosebumps. I thought for the first time that I really wanted you to do well. In addition, since the sound was fun and it was enjoyable to watch, it was a satisfying performance." I can't choose between the two performances. However, in my notes, I did put for the overall vibe, I would pick Team 8 O'Clock. But for the music-wise, I would pick Team 2 O'Clock. But overall, I rewatched both performances in the after show. It is just as fun as the first time. So the winner for this round was Team 8 O'Clock. However, the ones that did vote for Team 2 O'Clock was Tiffany and Shim Jaewon, which are the people that originally worked on the song. So, I mean, that's a huge compliment. All right, so the teams that get the voting benefits are 4 O'Clock, 5 O'Clock, 8 O'Clock, 11 O'Clock, 13 O'Clock, 15 O'Clock, 20 O'Clock, and 23 O'Clock. So, all of them, they get the voting benefits, and in other episodes, you will definitely see how those voting benefits really do save them. So the rest of the episode shows training day. Basically, the groups will be in a facility for 3 days and 2 nights, just practicing their next performance. The mission for round 2 is called Combined Unit Match. These performances, you all, this is when things start to get really good in peak time. Out of the 16 teams, 4 teams will become one combined unit. Each combined unit should form vocal, dance, and rap units, so like subunits, and the winning unit of each position will be selected by the judges. So basically we got the A team, B team, C team, and D team, and each of those teams have their sub-teams such as the vocals, raps, and dance. The round 2 benefits are the entirety of the combined unit, with the winning unit will receive 2% of the total votes. Hope that makes sense. If you guys have seen episode 7, then you already know what happens. Overall, this episode does show the brotherhood and just the teamwork that all these groups have. They're just so encouraging. And to my knowledge, there's no evil editing, again, to my knowledge. And I just like that with Peak Time, it is just so fun to watch. It's not stressful per se or heartbreaking, except in episode 7. That's very hard. Episode 7 was heartbreaking. I really like that even though these groups, they're competing against each other, they're still cheering each other on. They're still rooting for them. And I love that. I love the atmosphere in Peak Time and also the judges. And I just think the whole team in Peak Time, they genuinely want these groups to succeed. Then it showed Unit C's assessments. They only had 1 day to practice. They're just already checking in to see how they're doing. And it's so crazy to see how all these groups, not only for Unit C, but for A, B, and D, and how different their assessments are compared to final performance that we see them actually do. It's so wild to me. Except Unit B. Spoiler, Unit B was amazing from start to finish. But anyway, we'll talk about them later. I really enjoy seeing the groups work together, and even though they definitely did struggle, especially Unit C, and the dance team. I mean, but again, seeing that change when they actually perform it is so wild. And yeah, so make sure to check out the after show where I do watch all of the performances in this episode, and there's additional commentary, and it's a lot of fun. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Bye!